Welcome to the Jaguar Podcast, a show where we discuss all things related to Duval County's finest NFL football team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Move 42, set, fight!
Duval, baby!
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Andrew coming back at you with another episode of the Jaguar Podcast. In today's episode, we will be talking about wide receiver LaViska Shenault, second-round draft pick, traded to Carolina Panthers for undisclosed draft picks. That is the story right now of, the time of this recording, which is August 29th. It was, released. The news came out on Twitter late this evening. And so I'm kind of reacting to it. Is it a cool move or a fool move? I think it's a fool move. I'll tell you why. I think it's a fool move because I don't think he got enough time to really show what he could do under this system, in Doug Peterson's system, which is so much better than Urban Meyer and that whole shit show and that staff that he brought in that was just bad. I mean, the only person I really liked out of that staff was, I would say, Joe Cullen, and that's about it. I wasn't really thrilled with Bernie Parmalee, like how the whole thing with the running backs last year. And I think most of it was just Urban Meyer being a doofus. But regardless, I think he deserved an opportunity to go out there and show what he could have done, and how they could have incorporated him into this offense. He's kind of a multi-dimensional wide receiver. He could run the ball. He's a bruiser. Definitely needs to improve on the drops. I mean, that's just, you can't debate that. In 2021, he had a lot of drops. I don't know if that was coaching. I don't know if that was just him. Maybe mentally he wasn't focused there, but yeah, he didn't have a good season. Looking at his stats, 2020, I thought he had a great rookie year, 121 receptions, 1,219 yards receiving, 5 touchdowns. And then in 2021, you see the drop there under Urban's regime, 63 receptions, 619 yards receiving, 0 touchdowns. Had some nice plays, especially in that Tennessee game where he kind of broke free there after a catch, broke a bunch of tackles. I just wish he got another opportunity. Hate to see a second-round draft pick, get traded, especially out of a class that, I didn't think was really good. C.J. Henderson goes to the Panthers as well. I think he was like a first-round draft pick, like 9th overall possibly. And then you have K'Lavon Chaisson, who was drafted in 2020, who's done diddly squat. I've already done a video on him, so you kind of know how I feel about him, and I don't know if he makes this roster. I don't think he deserves a spot, honestly, how he's played this preseason. He's done nothing, can't get pressure, can't get separation from offensive linemen, and I don't think it's a scheme issue. I just don't think he's got it. So, pretty disappointing when you think about it. Like the Jags draft picks there, 2 first-rounders that may not pan out, and then a second-round draft pick that gets traded away. And then some of the other ones, I think maybe Barch is like one of the only starters at left guard. So just really bad draft class. So Dave Caldwell, not very good. I don't know how much Balky. I don't. We'll see how Balky does, but I don't think he's lighting the world on fire either. So, just as disappointing. I think you take away potentially a guy too that I think could have been another weapon for Trevor. And I know Tim Jones had a great preseason, but it's preseason, guys. Let's see how he does against top corners, right? Like, I just think LaViska should have been used differently. Maybe had him doing more jet sweeps, running the ball. We saw more of that in 2020 under Doug Marone's staff. So I think the Jags could have pulled the trigger a little too early on this trade with LaViska Shenault. And if he goes and balls out for the Panthers, we're going to be kicking ourselves. But we do a lot of that. I honestly, in regards to the trade compensation for LaViska, I don't think we got anything great. Bulky, he's a ham sandwich guy. He loves getting ham sandwiches for trades. So trade compensation, at least. So those are my thoughts, guys. Just I think we should have waited a little bit. Maybe we could have gotten better trade compensation if we let him play right during the regular season. Maybe pulled the trade off before the deadline, and maybe we could have gotten better draft compensation. We'll see how it pans out, but as of now, we don't know. But let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think this was a cool or fool move? Leave me a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. If you want to support my work, subscribe to the channel, guys. That's the best way to support my work. And if you enjoy it, give this video a like. I'll be doing another video on the 53-man roster, some of the cuts. So be on the lookout for that. I'm also partnering with the Every Morning Quarterback podcast. I'll be doing their locker room series. I'm really excited about that. And of course, stay tuned for live streams that I do with FL Teams, a Florida sports website. They do all things coverage of Florida sports teams. It's flteams.com. Link in the video description. You guys stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time.
Let me get that. JYD coming up with the big sack. Quarterbacks beware, we on the prowl. Game day night, you could hear it in our growl. Intimidation on to keep their hearts racing. Eating other teams live on TV front of the nation. Spectacular defensive scheme.
This episode is available on the Jaguar Podcast YouTube channel, so if you stop by, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like. Also, these episodes are available on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and other major podcast distributors as well. So if you don't mind, please leave me a review and some feedback. I'd really appreciate that. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, my Twitter handle is @JagWarPodcast. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. This is Andrew signing off. Cheers.